Welcome. My name is Cindy and I'm the worship associate this morning and part of the team that's working to live stream this service to you. We are an inclusive congregation that welcomes you as you are, inclusive of all your identities, complexities, and situations. We welcome your whole self, even if it isn't fully assembled, because we recognize that we are all a work in progress and we are all in this together. The service is being posted on our YouTube and Facebook pages so folks can watch it again later. Feel free to share it with your friends. Today is a special day. Today is the celebration of Samhain, which some pagan folk recognize as the end of the year, it being the celebration of the final harvest of all the fruits and vegetables and all the bounty that our earth shares with us each year. They've all been harvested and are put away for the winter. It's coming to be time for the days to become seriously shorter. They've been getting shorter since June, but they're going to seriously show to be shorter. And we're approaching the darkest time of the year. It is a very important time because it is the time when the seeds and the creativity go dormant and have a chance to rest and to prepare for the return of the light in December. So we invite you to share. Often we recognize that the veil between the living and the dead is thinner at this time of the year, and so we celebrate our ancestors and recognize all that they have given us. Please join me, if you would, in our opening words. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship. For these purposes, we unite in worship. As we light our chalice this morning, we remember that the cauldron that got an evil name back when it was used by wise women to build and create their medicines is really another form of a chalice, and thus a symbol of our belief. We welcome this morning all the spirits of the earth, the air, the fire, and the water to join us in our service today. Blessed be.
Hi, Carrie. Are you ready for the witch parade?
I sure am. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this all year.
Me too. Did you remember your broom? I brought mine.
I sure did. Mine's right here.
That means we're almost ready to go. Oh, look, there's Delia. Delia, wait up.
Every year, Delia looked forward to flying in the witch parade. This year was no different, despite the black clouds hovering overhead.
I think it's going to rain,
said Delia. It did rain. Hard. The witches were wet and miserable. "It's raining on our parade," wailed one.
"Positively pouring buckets,"
moaned another. That gave Delia an idea. Delia whipped out her wand and began to chant.
"It's raining, it's pouring, but raindrops are boring. Change the rainfall on my head Make it cats and dogs instead.
Oh, nice doggy.
I never met a cat I didn't like.
The witches were thrilled at first. You called this a cat?
Dagnabbit, give me my broom back.
Then the parade came to an abrupt halt.
This will never do.
Said Delia, raising her wand a second time.
The raining and pouring may have been quite boring, but cats and dogs, they just don't work. They hiss and bark and go berserk. So change what's falling on my head, make it hats and clogs instead.
Oh, black hat's my favorite.
A girl can never have too many shoes.
The witches were overjoyed at first. That's my hat.
No, that's my hat.
Well, those are my shoes.
I saw them first.
Then the parade erupted into a free-for-all. Delia sighed.
What a big to-do.
She said, waving her wand again.
The raining and pouring may have been quite boring, but hats and clogs just have to go, inciting fights and creating woes. So change what's falling on my head, make it bats and frogs instead.
Oh, snack time, girls!
Somebody grab a cauldron.
The witches were ecstatic at first. Ooh, I've been slimed!
I don't think that's slime.
But then the witches became even more wet and miserable than before.
What should we do now?
Wondered Delia. Delia had run out of ideas.
Mats and bogs?
She mumbled to herself.
Mats and logs? Rats and hogs?
The more Delia thought about it, the more she realized there was only one thing to do. With that, she raised her wand one last time and chanted,
The raining and pouring wasn't really boring. The bats and frogs just make a mess, and they drop and plop and cause distress. So change what's falling on my head back to drops of rain instead.
Thank goodness, it's only water.
A little rain never hurt anyone.
The witches were relieved. The parade soon proceeded, and the longer it rained, the more exciting the parade became. The floats began to float. The marching band learned synchronized swimming. And Delia and her friends tossed water balloons into the crowd. Everyone agreed it was the best parade ever. Until the year it snowed.
Oh, wow. What fun. It was. It was the best parade ever. See you again next year.
Ancient mother ancient mother, I taste your tears. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I taste your tears. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I taste your tears. Ancient mother, I hear you calling. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient mother, I taste your tears. Ancient mother, I hear you calling. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I feel your laughter. Ancient mother, I taste your
At this time, we recognize the joys and concerns of the community. I have one concern that I'd like to share this morning. Our dear friend Terry Moore is in the hospital with serious infection and could use all the good thoughts and energy that everyone has to send her. We also want to share today, and you'll see the pictures as they come through, of some of our ancestors, folks who have chosen to share pictures of their ancestors. We have Tracy Myers, was April Myers' late husband. Cecil and Ann Jones, parents of Cindy Walton. Bob and Marjorie Urban, Steve Urban's parents. Jay and Betty Williams, Joan Urban's parents. Buddy Seawald, a dear friend of John Hintz. Robert Danford, Jace's grandfather. Dilla and Robert Hood, Jennifer Lewis's grandparents. Mary Colley, John Lewis's grandmother. And Granny and Papa Owens, John Lewis's grandparents. I invite you at this time to light a candle at your own home if you wish, or merely to sit and give some thought and some thanks to those people in your history who have made a major impact on your life, those whose shoulders you stand upon as you move forward in your life today. Please take a moment of silence to do this. Blessed be.
Welcome on this blessed Samhain today. I would like for you to join in a brief meditation first. Hail, ancestors, while the veil is thin, hear the voices of your progeny. Hear as we sing praise to you who came before us, as we honor your spirits, and as we beseech you for your guidance and wisdom. Know that even now you are loved, and we are thankful for your aid. Blessed be. While a hands-on interactive service would be wonderful to have for this particular service, for the safety of all of us, it is best that we celebrate this blessed day together while apart. I would like to begin by explaining what Samhain means to me as a spiritualist pagan, as well as share some history on the origins of this time of year with you all. The holiday, or cross-quarter, known as Samhain, predates Christianity. Samhain means summer's end and was the end of the harvest celebration. It's the beginning of the coldest time of the year, and for some it signals the start of a new spiritual year. It is also the time to honor those who have passed. As this is the time of year, the veil between the worlds of the living and the worlds of the spirit are the thinnest, and our ancestral spirits can come crossover to be with us at this time, on this night. With the emergence of Christianity, the holiday took on new names to meld into the new faith. Halloween, or All Hallows' Eve, is celebrated prior to November 1st, which is now known as All Saints' Day. With the coming of Christian Spaniards to Mexico, beliefs for honoring the dead merged and became Dia de los Muertos, which is celebrated on November 2nd. Along with Samhain, some of these celebrations share the ancient spiritual practice of honoring the dead. My own Samhain practice is to leave out treats for those who have passed, usually in the form of apples or pears. I also have a special place for photos of loved ones lost to be honored and remembered. This is my son's grandfather, Robert Danford. my own grandparents, Dilla and Bob Hood, my husband's grandmother, Mary Colley, and my husband's other set of grandparents, Granny and Papa Owens. We hang this on our wall at home above the altar. I leave it up year-round because I honor our spirits year-round, but it's especially special to me during this time of the year. I also usually have at least one jack-o'-lantern that I leave a real candle in to burn throughout the night. We put the fake ones in for safety issues on the others. For other people, traditions have developed. Some include bonfires that burn throughout the nights, communing with spirits, foods and drinks that are left out to nourish the spirits, as well as setting a place for your lost loved ones at your dinner table so that they may join you on that night for family dinner. All of these things are done to honor the spirits of our ancestors. In the past, the leaving of food and drink was to appease the spirits and hopefully ensure that those alive would survive through the winters. Sound traditions are reverent celebrations of remembering and honoring those who came before us. So on this night, I encourage each of you to pay respects to those loved ones who have passed and take time to celebrate the life that they had in some manner. On this eve of remembrance, may your own ancestors grant you wisdom and peace, and may you find yourself filled with their memories and love. Blessed be.
Usually at this time in our service, the congregation makes its financial offering. If you've made a pledge or would like to make a contribution, you can simply mail it in to our office, or you can make it online. There is a donate button on your YouTube landing page and on our website, uuamarillo.org. On the home page in the upper right corner, you will find a blue donate button that will take you to a place where you can donate securely through PayPal. If you've made a financial pledge for this year, please keep up your pledge. This is also stewardship time for the 2022 budget year. We know that we've not been meeting in person, but we hope to be able to have live services again very soon. We all miss seeing each and every one of you in person. If you've not returned your pledge card yet, please do so soon. We will have an in-person congregational meeting at the fellowship on Sunday, November 14th at 11 a.m. You should have received in the mail a letter stating the purposes, which will be approving our budget for 2022, voting whether to resume in-person services on a regular basis, and electing our 2022 slate of officers. If you cannot attend, you can contact April in the office about providing a proxy. While we're not meeting in person, some groups are still meeting. The Nothing Much Buddhist group continues to meet on Mondays at 7:30 using Zoom. Please check their Facebook page for more information. On Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., the Knowledge Seekers group meets at the fellowship. Masks and social distancing are required. I also want to mention that following the congregational meeting on November the 14th, the annual Thanksgiving service at the Temple B'nai Israel will be held starting at 12:30. There will be a light meal consisting basically of sandwiches that are individually wrapped this time instead of the wonderful soups that we've had before. And there will be several congregations combining efforts to have a joint service to appreciate each other and celebrate the fact that we all get to live here together and worship as suits ourselves. And as a closing for our Samhain service, we have a poem by Heather Januels entitled "The Sacred Thread." They once dwelled among us, the people of memory.
They who knew us, they who taught us, they who heard us, they who loved us.
They touch our lives time and again, through their presence and their absence.
Through familiar scents and favorite songs, through old stories and renewed sorrows.
As the earth turns and leaves fall, we reach back to renew the bonds between us.
With hearts and hands open, we hold on to love, ever stronger than death.
We reach back in gratitude and understanding. Without our time together, the pain and joys.
We would never be who we are today. We would have little to pass on ourselves.
Without fear, with thanksgiving, and with hope for all that awaits.
We remember those who have gone before us. We honor the circle of life and death and our place in the sacred thread.
Blessed be.
Blessed
And
be.
go in peace.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
We extinguish this flame, but not the warmth of community and the love we have for one another. May the fellowship of this hour touch and move our lives until we come again together.